I want to get more on this from Bruce DelValle, who's a constitutional lawyer. He joins us live from Annapolis, Maryland. Bruce, really great to have you back. We heard the president once again mentioning Antifa in his address to the nation following a week of protests that we've seen across the country. What is the intent there with trying to brand this group, which is, I guess, a group that has a wide range of ideology and beliefs that some would say pan to the left and are perhaps quite radical?
I think what he's trying to do, sometimes it's hard, certainly he's trying to make a political statement, but what he's trying to do is to designate this group as a group of people that have no lawful purpose. And that when they show up in these sort of demonstrations, they show up to commit violence and to commit violent acts. And they turn peaceful protests. The Constitution declares us the right to peaceable assembly. They turn these peaceful protests, or seem to, into violence, into riots. Now, the designation of them as a domestic terrorist, there's really no such thing. There's no such designation. The First Amendment prohibits the criminalization of membership. So we've seen a few laws that try to designate gangs, street gangs, as domestic terrorist motorcycle gangs. But those laws only are able to prosecute activity, not association. In America, in the United States, we cannot be sent to prison because of our association with any group. Just can't happen.
And a lot of people, Bruce, are saying that this could potentially set a dangerous precedent for the president with labeling any type of organization or political affiliation as a domestic terror organization, which, as you mentioned, is something that's not even on the law books.
I think it is. I think it's very dangerous. I think compare Antifa, if you believe everything bad about them, and I think many people do, compare them to the mafia. Being a member of the mafia can't get you arrested, but being a member of the mafia can get you on the radar and you get watched wherever you go. Now, to the extent that these people are going across state lines to commit violence, they've committed a federal crime. I think also, to the extent they have gathered together, assembled to go and commit violence, they each are eligible to be charged with conspiracy, were they not in this group. So there is a real world impact. And finally, the very fact of going across state lines, as I said, is a crime to commit violent acts. And we have statutes, however. The RICO statute, Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. If you're in a group that commits crimes, the mafia or motorcycle gangs, you can be charged with the crimes that other members of the group have committed in conspiracy with you. There are enhancements. So I think that may be where he's going. I think he's trying to put these folks on the radar and saying, hey, look, if you think it's a good idea to dress in black and wear masks and go to riots and beat up on poor defenseless people or protest and turn them into riots, it's really not a good idea. If you commit a crime, you should be prosecuted. But I want to make very sure, Kilmeny, that everyone understands in the United States, you cannot be prosecuted for your association. It has to be a prosecution for your activity.
Bruce DelValle, we really appreciate your legal mind to clarify that for our viewers around the world. Thanks so much for that.